Bachelor Nation, what's up? It's Olivia. So can you believe we only have one more week left until the finale? That's crazy, but I'm excited for a lot of reasons. It's stressful having to do these videos every single Tuesday, but I mean, I've enjoyed it and I hope you guys have too. So today we're going to talk a little bit about Women Tell All and then also my thoughts on the final 3 Fantasy Suites episode. Honestly, there's not much to say at this point because now we just have to kind of see it play out, see what he's gonna do. Anyway, these are my thoughts, so make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and comment your thoughts on this week's episodes down below. Okay, Women Tell All. Let's talk about Crystal. Let's talk about how her voice was all of a sudden normal at Women Tell All, and then someone asked about it and she was like, oh yeah, I was sick. Like, she was on the show for 6 weeks. What, like, how sick was she? She didn't seem sick, she didn't look sick, and then as soon as Arie comes back out, then she, like, has that voice again. I absolutely loved how Arie put her in her place. I thought that was amazing, because she was totally like, oh, can I come sit with him? And like, oh my god, thinking she still had control over him, and I loved it. I think he's actually like really mature. I think he's been doing a really great job this season with like handling like everything that's going on and like the women and like all of that stuff. And so I just thought it was great how he put her in her place and was like, well, I think it was very appropriate now looking back, seeing everything you did. Yes, I thought we had something great, but from what you were saying, how you were interacting with other people, you know, it should have ended sooner than it actually did. So 10 points to Arie. Caroline freaked out on Arie, saying, I know what you did and all this stuff. I have seen rumors on the internet about what has happened. I've seen them for the past like month, to be honest with you, but I haven't looked into it more because I don't want to know. I don't want to know until I actually watch it and find out. It's really hard being on the West Coast because whenever it's Bachelor night, once it's 5 p.m. my time on the Pacific, you know, time zone, whatever, I can't look at social media because I'm afraid someone's gonna say something. So yeah, this next week I'm gonna be really careful about what I search and try not to go on explore pages too much because I personally do not want to know exactly what happens. Please do not comment it down below because I do not want to know. But something big is supposed to happen, something similar to like a Jason Mesnick situation. Yeah, so we will see. Honestly, I wasn't even gonna watch Women Tell All because I just didn't really want to hear the women complain for like 2 hours, but it ended up not being that bad, and I feel like Arie handled everything well. Okay, now time for top 3 Fantasy Suites. Final 3, one before the final 2 where they meet his family, get proposed to, all of that stuff. Nothing really to say about the first 3 dates, about the first half of the episode, to be honest with you. I think sending Kendall home, he was just farther along with Becca and with Lauren. With Becca, like, again, she's been my top choice from the beginning, and I agree with Arie. She is like the safest bet. I think they would be really happy together. And then with Lauren, just for whatever reason, he really likes her, but I don't know if it's gonna work out because Becca is there ready to get married, probably ready to move, but then with Lauren, I don't know, I just feel like she still has to open up a lot more, and like they still have this like awkwardness between them, which might totally go away as soon as she knows that he's not dating anyone else. But they might get a couple months down the road and know that like they don't want to be with each other anymore, in which case it's like, dang, you should have chosen Becca. But yeah, I think with Kendall it was just simply if they had had more time, maybe if he had like met her in person or something like that, then it would have been better, like met her outside of the show. But I think just in this short amount of time, she just, like she said, she just couldn't get there in that short amount of time, which like I don't blame her. I feel so bad for Becca with her boyfriend coming back. Okay, so they dated for 7 years. They broke up a year ago, so that means they broke up when she was 26. So they got together when she was 19. We're together for 7 years. So my mom and I are thinking that it was one of those like they dated in college, and then she even said the last 3.5 years of their relationship was long distance. So I think it was they dated in college and then went off and did their jobs and was long distance. But she said multiple times that in the past couple years they completely drifted apart, like she didn't want to be in that relationship. And so, gosh, the fact that he came back after like a solid year of them being broken up, and then I thought Becca handled it really well though. She was like, I don't know why you would think that. We haven't known each other really in years. Like our relationship ended years ago, not just a year ago if you think about how we were treating each other in the relationship. But yeah, the fact that he went and saw Arie first, now Arie, like it could have just been he went to Becca and Becca didn't even have to say anything about it. But now that he went to Arie, now that's swirling around in Arie's mind, whether it's something like, oh, there's competition, she's more attractive to me now, or whether it's, oh, now I'm having doubts because if these other people are clearly thinking about that, maybe there is still something, do I want to deal with that? He even said, do I want to deal with that when we're engaged? So I just feel bad for Becca in that whole situation. Oh my gosh, Arie said I love you to both Lauren and to Becca. Do you guys remember when, way back when, like before Ben Higgins, he was the first one to do that. Before that, they weren't allowed to say I love you to anyone. Like the Bachelor, the Bachelorette, they were not allowed to say that to the contestants. And then for a couple years, Chris Harrison, the producers, like said constantly throughout the show that, well, it's up to you, there's really no rules, it's up to you, like you can do what you want. Like they were saying that constantly for like a couple seasons of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. And then Ben Higgins said I love you to both Lauren and to JoJo, which like the fact that it was the first time ever said on the show was like one thing, and then the fact that he said it to 2 women was a whole nother thing. So now Arie is doing the same thing. Oh, gosh, this is the part when it actually gets like hard for me to watch because I can tell they're so invested in it, and I'm gonna feel bad for whichever one doesn't get picked. Like I said, I've kind of heard rumors about what's gonna happen in the finale, but I, at this point, still honestly have no clue what's gonna happen. I don't know the order, if that makes sense to anyone who knows the rumors going around. I'm excited to see how Arie's parents and family like interact with the girls. I'm excited to see how big of a weight like that puts on his decision. I feel like Becca's gonna get along with the family really well just because she has that kind of like open, social, welcoming personality. I don't know how Lauren's going to do because she's very much like reserved and quiet and introverted and like in her head. So like we'll see if she's like able to turn it on for the family or if she's gonna get like nervous and like be quiet and things like that. One thing I do want to say about fantasy suites is I would be ticked off if all these other girls were getting like hotels and little houses and things like that, and then I got a freaking tent in the desert. Honestly, right there is when I'd be like, you clearly don't love me, or else you would not put me somewhere that doesn't have indoor plumbing. I feel like every single year there's one person who gets ripped off. They get the treehouse in Africa rather than like the 5-star hotel with the jacuzzi, hot tub in it, and the kitchen and bathroom running water. Becca was the only one who still had makeup on in the morning. She had a little bit of eyeliner and mascara left because she did not have running water and a sink to wash her face in. So I will say that right there, for me personally, maybe outdoorsy people like don't mind it, but I would be ticked off if that was my fantasy suite. Okay, that is my entire review and thoughts on the episode today. Please comment below what you thought about the episode last night. Tell me, for fantasy suite wise, would you be fine with being in like a tent in the desert or like a tree house in Africa? Or are you one of those people who would prefer like a hotel? Also, how do you guys like this background? How do you guys like the lighting? Let me know. I can definitely cover this with like more pictures if we like that rather than being downstairs in my living room. Yeah, one more week of this, guys. One more week. We can do it. Thank you so much to everyone who has stuck around and watched me these past like 10 weeks while we've been doing this. It's been fun. I hope you've enjoyed it. You guys have a wonderful day. We're gonna keep dreaming out loud, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.